Hello, my friend, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Daily. My name is Aaron Machbitz. Let's discuss the January 19th edition of Monday Night Raw. I thought it was an overall pretty good episode of Monday Night Raw, but here are the most important things that we need to consider and talk about heading into Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, and of course, WrestleMania. We are now going to see the continuation of the Gunther and AJ Styles feud. Their last match ended in sort of controversial fashion. If you saw from the video footage, Gunther sort of tapped out on AJ Styles' hip, but it wasn't in sight of the referee because AJ Styles is a good guy and he was merciful to Gunther. He let go of the hold. Then while the ref is distracted, Gunther hits the low blow, powerbomb, 1, 2, 3, for the win. So technically Gunther beats AJ Styles, and these are two of the best, if not the two best professional wrestlers in WWE history or in the world right now. And so Gunther and AJ Styles show up in the middle of the ring, and Gunther, all smiles, chirpy, grinning ear to ear, just like, I beat AJ Styles. I made, Goldberg go to sleep. I tapped out John Cena, right? Just getting thunderous boos throughout the arena. Really perfect. AJ Styles comes back, says, I'm not scared. Let's do it one more time unless you're scared. Gunther turns him down under this one stipulation that if AJ Styles puts his career on the line, Gunther will wrestle him at the Royal Rumble. And now both AJ Styles and Gunther have entered into the Royal Rumble, so they might be pulling double duty that night at the Royal Rumble. And so they're calling Gunther now the career killer, not the legend killer, which was Randy Orton's sort of previous name before he became the Viper. They're calling Gunther the career killer. Now, let's discuss some potential options. I do not think that at Royal Rumble, AJ Styles' career is going to end. I just think it's too soon. Now, it's well documented at this point that AJ Styles is going to retire in 2026. Now, is he going to retire in January of 2026? That's highly unlikely. I think it's more going to be April, WrestleMania, or beyond that. Brock Lesnar is rumored to retire at SummerSlam. Chris Jericho is rumored to come back and then also retire this year. So AJ Styles, I guess, could potentially be the first one to retire in January. But then I think back to what Ric Flair did when he first retired for the WWE. He said, I'll quit or I'll retire after the next match that I lose. And so AJ Styles' career is on the line at Royal Rumble. And so might as well put the stipulation on himself that the next match that I lose, I'm done. And even have that stipulation in the actual Royal Rumble match, right? And then it's like, oh my God, every match that AJ Styles does is important, is valuable, and is huge. Because you have to do something different than what John Cena did, which was a farewell tour, knowing exactly when he's going to retire. You don't know when AJ Styles is going to retire. So you have AJ Styles basically say, whatever, fuck it. Maybe this is my last year. Do I still have it? I don't know if I still have it. So I'm going to keep wrestling as long as I win. And the next match that I lose is my last match. And so you build up AJ Styles throughout the whole year. You never know who's going to retire him. And then maybe at WrestleMania it's Gunther. Maybe it's not Gunther. Whatever the case may be. Right? So it could even be the case that he beats Gunther at Royal Rumble. The stipulation is still there in the Royal Rumble match. AJ Styles is sort of the surprise winner. No one's thinking he's going to win because they're thinking Braun Breaker, Sami Zayn, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, all these other people. Now AJ Styles wins. AJ Styles wins. Then AJ Styles goes on to face CM Punk, the World Heavyweight Champion at Royal Rumble at WrestleMania. AJ Styles beats CM Punk at WrestleMania. Then you reignite the feud with Gunther because Gunther's pissed, didn't win the Royal Rumble, didn't beat AJ Styles. You had a match with Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, beat Brock Lesnar. Now Gunther and AJ Styles wrestle at WrestleMania. Career and title on the line for AJ Styles. Boom, Gunther gets both. Gunther beats AJ Styles, wins the World Heavyweight Championship back, and then AJ Styles is done at SummerSlam. But all that leading up to it, beating Gunther, winning the Royal Rumble, beating CM Punk, all this type of stuff, bunch of matches on Raw, giving everyone the rub, and then boom, the career killer, Gunther, finally beats AJ Styles at SummerSlam. But I have no idea if that's going to happen. That's just me sort of rumoring and playing out a scenario in my head that I think would be cool. But also Brock Lesnar is supposed to retire at SummerSlam as well. But maybe they switch that to WrestleMania, and Gunther ends the career of Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, then ends the career of AJ Styles at SummerSlam, and then becomes World Heavyweight Champion at the same time and has a really long sort of dominant run at the same time that Roman Reigns is also WWE Undisputed Champion. So that happened on Raw. That could potentially happen. Or AJ Styles is done. He's finished. Gunther beats him at the Royal Rumble. AJ Styles' career is over. And That's a living legend right there. The best to ever do it, in the words of John Cena. Another great thing that happened, I think, on Monday Night Raw was the fact that Natalya is back and she turned on Maxine Dupree. I was wondering while watching the match between Maxine Dupree and Becky Lynch where Maxine Dupree was going to go next. This is sort of the peak of her career, and then that question got answered immediately. Natalya turns on her. She's the decimator. She's her trainer. She beats the shit out of her. Now we have this feud moving forward. And then another obviously huge thing from Monday Night Raw was the fact that Finn Balor had a fantastic main event match against CM Punk. If you watch this channel, you know that I'm not a fan of CM Punk. I think he's a fraud. I think he's a con artist. But I also think his match against Finn Balor on the January 19th edition of Monday Night Raw was one of the best he's had so far. And that's mostly credit to how good Finn Balor is. And Finn Balor hasn't really been a he was a Universal Champion for one day back in 2016. Now, people online are saying it's time for Finn Balor to be a top guy and get the spot that he deserves after being injured, having to relinquish the title in 2016. He's never really got back to the top of the mountain. And so what needs to happen, I think, with Finn Balor, just based off that match, yes, it was in Ireland. Yes, he got a great ovation. Yes, maybe it's skewed and a little biased, but you can still build off that momentum because the match itself was amazing. And people just watching on Netflix were probably like, oh, fuck, this is awesome. So you allow Finn Balor to sort of drop the Judgment Day. You bring him back to normal Finn Balor with the music that he used last night, his OG music, and you let him be exactly who he is, the demon Finn Balor, a babyface, sort of Prince Devitt-esque, which is what his name was in New Japan, and that's kind of how he was in NXT, which really got him over so much. And you allow him to be that babyface. Maybe he's the one that takes the title from CM Punk. Maybe he's the one that retires AJ Styles. But I think that's the best thing you can do for Finn Balor right now. Or when his contract is up, WWE is going to lose him, like they're going to lose Tommaso Ciampa and like they're losing AJ Styles to retirement. So I think that's the best path forward for Finn Balor. He drops the Judgment Day, loses that, brings back the OG theme, and becomes the babyface that everyone wants to root and cheer for. And I think that's a really good thing for WWE because everyone needs a good babyface. And yes, you have CM Punk, but hopefully he loses the title as soon as humanly possible. But I don't think that's going to happen until WrestleMania, which could be options. We have AJ Styles could beat him, Cody Rhodes could beat him, Braun Breaker could beat him, or LA Knight could potentially beat CM Punk all at WrestleMania for the title. It all depends on what WWE wants to do at the Royal Rumble, who they want to have win that, because there's options there, right? There's probably 5 or 6 really viable options. Again, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Gunther, Braun Breaker, LA Knight, Sami Zayn are all viable options to win the Royal Rumble. And then who's going to win the Elimination Chamber? Who's going to challenge Drew McIntyre? A lot of open questions here, but I think that story with AJ Styles could be really good. And then you kind of leave Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, Gunther, out of the title picture. You have Drew McIntyre wrestle Roman Reigns. Maybe CM Punk and AJ Styles would be amazing. Gunther, Brock Lesnar, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton. And then something with the Vision, Seth Rollins, and Adam Pearce could potentially be there in the mix. And so there's so many great options heading into Elimination Chamber and Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. And I think the January 19th edition of Monday Night Raw gave us some ideas that could happen moving forward, especially Finn Balor and especially with AJ Styles. And so I enjoyed the episode. Hopefully you did as well, but let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'd absolutely love to hear from you. Then like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Lots of love. Cheers.